Yes, people, we are live. Welcome to the live match preview. Obviously, we're back in Europa League action, the greatest European competition on the planet. And guys, as you know, we got a podcast called the Sleeping Giants Podcast. Well, this is the perfect definition of the Sleeping Giants. It's Manchester United versus AC Milan. It's second from the Premier League versus second in the Serie A. Obviously, the teams that are first are local rivals. You got Man City in the Prem, they're first. You got Inter in Serie A, they're first. It's red versus blue, all of that good stuff. But yeah, man, in previous years there should have been a Champions League game, but unfortunately, like I said, Sleeping Giants, man, we've kind of fallen off. But this is a big game. And obviously, guys, you know the breaking news already. I don't know if you've seen it. As a United fan, you'll be sleeping under a rock if you ain't heard the news. Obviously, we're going to be touching on the breaking news of we've got a football director, we've got a technical director. Obviously, I've got the boys with me. We're going to get their thoughts. But like I say, always, before we begin, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. This is going to be a it's going to be a funny one still, man. So let's get into the video. All right, boom. Obviously, the first half of this video, we'll be talking about the breaking news, and obviously we jump into the game tomorrow because this news was like shockwaves to the fans of United. So, for those of you that don't know, let me just read the official statement. You see, I've read. You know what? At the start, I was very happy. Like, obviously, Jackson, I broke it to you. I was thinking,
yeah.
But then I read the thing again, so let me just read it again. It says, Manchester United are pleased to announce the promotion of John Murtaugh to football director and Daryn Fletcher to technical director. Two new roles that will further strengthen the club's football operations. It then goes on to say that John, the football director, will have overall leadership and responsibility for operations and strategy across all football functions, reinforcing the strong foundations already in place. I don't know about that. This appointment builds on the work John has already undertaken in recent years, working closely with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the rest of the football staff to create the structures, processes, and culture to deliver sustained success on the pitch. And this includes obviously the overhaul of the club's academy and recruitment department. And then we move on to Daryn Fletcher, obviously technical director. He will work closely with John to add the technical input and direction into all football and performance areas. He will focus on coordinating the long-term approach to a player and squad development, helping maintain the integral link between academy and first team, aligned with the Manchester United values and culture, obviously the DNA stuff. And yeah, man, the football director, John, he'll work day-to-day with Ollie to align recruitment and other strategies to ensure the first team has the best-in-class operational support it needs to succeed. Now, there's a bit at the end of this where it says Ollie will continue to his role in recruitment and support by extensive scouting and data and analytics functions that will continue to report to John. Now, this sentence I'm about to say is what really kills it for me. It says Matt Judge will also report to John, that's a positive. However, with his new title as the Director of Football Negotiations. Now, for those of you that don't know, Matt Judge, obviously, he's a silent partner. He's the right-hand man to Ed Woodward. People always think Ed Woodward's obviously, he's the face and, that we see. But this guy, Matt Judge, is actually the main guy that's in charge of contracts, negotiations, all those contracts we've seen. De Gea having that P, Sanchez having that P. He brokered the Pogba deal. All of that stuff is him. So for him to be the director of football negotiations, meaning obviously we got a football director on that, but he is the so when they go into that room, he is the one that does the money and stuff. So Jax, obviously this is kind of in your sector. Obviously, you said to see change, like obviously in previous streams you talk about Ed Woodward if he's backed, and this statement, I mean, it's good news, and I see the uproar on Twitter. How do you feel about this new direction that the club's going in?
Bro, where do I begin? So it's good to see some change. I think that was something we were all looking towards. Because they did lie to us historically about a director of football coming in. So maybe they were just extended, the time frame. We talk a lot on this channel, and myself and Ricky, we argue every other day about whether it's systems or managers and that kind of stuff. But one thing we've always agreed on is that the main issue comes from the top. So the fact that they're trying to do something different is has got a positive beginning. Let me say that. Now, in terms of my man, who's going to be still involved in negotiations, that's a negative. When I say negative, it's a potential negative because, in my opinion, some of the deals that he's given some of these players are quite ridiculous. But it's not all negative because if we can have some sort of direction, even though that's a negative, it's a negative on a positive, if that makes sense. So once we get the players in, if we're getting good players in that fit whatever we're trying to achieve, and he gives them bad deals or great deals for them, but bad deals in terms of what we think, it's not the worst thing in the world, if that makes sense. It's not the worst thing in the world. And maybe in conjunction to the director of football, they could work better to not give these guys deals. Because I think before, historically, there was just vibes. It was literally just buying players because of X, Y, and Z. I don't think there's any strategy. It was literally, and I keep saying it, I think they literally look at stats, look at who's making the most tackles, who's this, who's, or Sanchez plays for Arsenal, or Man City, what Fred. So, there was no strategy. So I think the strategy is the most exciting thing for me. But I think exciting is a very big word. I'm literally just going to sit on the fence and not have too much of an opinion, and just time will tell. But at least it's something.
Yeah, Jesse, obviously coming to you next. I didn't get your initial reactions. Obviously, you weren't with us. Yeah, man, breaking news. I know you probably saw it on your phone pop up. United have got a director of football and a technical director. What are your initial thoughts on hearing that news?
I knew when I saw the news, it wasn't like gonna be a director of football from like another. Like we're not within the club, innit? Like I knew it was within the club that someone's already there. So I'm just kind of confused as to why it's being announced now because
that was my next question.
Like we've got 10 games left from now doing this. Like, why couldn't they not wait to end the season? I don't know, but
to rebuttal that, maybe it's because so they can get the targets and that started now. Because if they wait till the summer, then get the road, then it's like we have to rush it. And maybe it's let's just see. So now we've got them in now. Now I'm hoping that they've got their targets, how they're going to negotiate, how they're going to bring the certain style of player to what Ollie wants, and not just buying for buying's sake. So yeah, just continue.
So for me, it's a wait and see thing. I'm not going to get too excited because I want to see with my own eyes what the director of football and whatever Fletcher doing can do in the summer. So yes, it is positive, but you just have to wait and see, man. I'm not gonna.
What do you think of obviously Daryn Fletcher? I know people. Yes, Daryn Fletcher, the United DNA. We don't want to hear DNA. Like, obviously, we need some sort of identity. So with Daryn Fletcher becoming technical director, let me just read his role again. So he will work closely with the director of football to add technical input and direction into how we perform on the pitch and our long-term approach to player and squad development. So obviously,
how we perform on the pitch.
Like seeing the youngsters, the pathway to the first team, help maintain the integral link that aligns with the culture and the values of Manchester United. Like to know what it like obviously before we used to just sign players just for, like Jack said earlier, just because Wan-Bissaka's the top tackles, he's got the top this, we're signing Maguire's, he's good in the air. I think with Daryn Fletcher there, for me, I think it's a positive that he's there. Like people say, oh, it's Daryn Fletcher.
Can I add to that, Jerry? I think at first when you hear that it's Daryn Fletcher, it doesn't really excite you. But and I don't know Daryn Fletcher too tough, and I don't know if he's good at his job or not. But what I do know is his mindset from when he was a player, and he epitomizes what Man United is all about. High energy, passion, and I think a big part of signing players is not just about their quality on the ball. I think a big part of signing players is their attitude, their mentality. I'd rather sign an average player who's got the right attitude and obviously has some quality, has to have some quality, rather than a player who's got like a Di Maria, who's obviously a very good quality footballer, but not Man United standards.
Yo, Rick, if you can hear me, unmute yourself. Obviously, you've literally just heard the news. Obviously, you've been busy at work and whatnot. What's your initial thoughts about this appointment with obviously John Murtaugh and obviously Daryn Fletcher, technical director, and then obviously Matt Judge, who's now the head of contract negotiations. Yeah, man.
Rick, I think it's cool if you come on video.
No, if he wants to.
I'm not in this.
No, if he wants to.
I'm on Uber now, innit? I'm in an Uber now, so.
Oh,
right,
so
okay. No, you can just talk if you want, go on.
Yeah, but like what I was gonna say is like, it seems like to me maybe they've already had a similar structure in place that it wasn't, known to the public. So, it's just giving me a bit of warning signs because it's internal. I don't think we can expect much to change if it's an internal change, if that makes sense. I think this is done to appease the fans. So, I'm just going to sit on the fence, man. I'm just going to sit on the fence till I see the signings and so I see what they bring in and stuff and see if anything is different. We know what's been before. We know about the negotiation tactics. We know about the drawn out negotiations and then still having to pay a higher price. So we'll see if those things continue. If those things continue, then there's been no change. If things are different, the targets are different, then we'll see, man. But yeah, that's what I got to say.
Yeah, man. For me, it's a change. At least we're looking towards changing it up, because before it was like we didn't know who was actually doing what. Like we've just Ed Woodward, he picks the players, he scouts the players. But now with this director of football, everyone has someone to report to. Like, say we want a player, the first point of contact is the director of football. It's not straight to negotiations. Like obviously we pick the player. Ollie, do you want this player? Yes, we want this player. Like before last year, the whole Jadon Sancho thing, it was a joke, fam. Like we dragged it and dragged it and dragged it. It's like what are we waiting for, fam? Like how could you? Like the Maguire, we could have got Maguire the year before, but then we waited to the next year and then paid double the price.
Wan-Bissaka, Bruno, isn't it?
Yeah, like I'm about to say that as well. Wan-Bissaka, look how long it took to just get the deal done. Like we waited and waited and waited. Bruno, like you just said, Jax, should have got him in the summer. The negotiations was just, and then we brought it to January. Like the Sancho thing for me, it was embarrassing because obviously we were for he's coming. Now with this director of football and obviously Matt Judge will point to him, it's like if we don't get Sancho like this season, what's the alternatives? Like I want to see like cool, we didn't get Sancho, we're gonna move to boom. Because before like Van der Beek, there was no plan with Van der Beek. Cavani last minute. Maybe Tellers kind of made sense, but it was like it was all over the place, man. So for me, this is a step in the right direction. Obviously, like you guys said, I'm gonna give it time. People say that it's a COVID summer, so let's not expect much in the summer. But
yeah, I see that as an excuse, to be honest, because a prime example is Chelsea. Look what they done. Wasn't that even COVID times as well?
Yeah, but the Chelsea, they didn't spend the year before, so it's
yeah, but it's true. But still, you acting like we ain't got peas. We've got peas, you know. It's even just the fact that.
Are you there? Are you sat there?
We got peas, fam. Let's say we wanted 4 signings. We got basically 3 in it. 4 signings. I want 4 signings this summer, for example. That should be doable this summer, to be honest.
I personally want to continue the transition. As you guys say, I've been using this word quite often, and I think, I don't want to sound like I'm defending Ole again, but I think since Ole's come in, I think that the ability to ship out some players has been done quite well. the Fellaini's and the Smallings and that kind of stuff. I want to see that shift continue. I think Rojo's left now, hasn't he? Yeah. I still don't know why Jones, and I don't know why Oleg is mentioning Jones. But I think it's time for him to go.
It's all a mess. Like, we still got players from the Fergie, and then we got Moises players, then we got Van Gaal's players, Mourinho players. It's like,
and it's not balanced. It's not well balanced, and that's actually one of the biggest reasons why I don't like the whole change in manager and all that kind of stuff. By the way, I just want to see that transition, and I want to see players that come in, and we've had these conversations before. It's never about having players that are absolutely brilliant, but we need players who can play, for example, right wing, and he is a right winger, and he's a quality right winger. For example, we need them players to come in. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Shout out to the United rate in the chat. He says, we have been taken for mugs again. Don't be fooled, as this is just a slight change in the board. It will be exactly the same as always. Yeah, listen to Ollie's press as well. Ollie said things are just going to remain the same. Is not like he didn't. When I watched that press conference, it didn't feel like it's a massive we've got new. It just felt like they're just new titles that they're just giving
straight, like internal promotions, basically.
That's what I said at the start. So he's been promoted because that John Murty's been at the club for since Moyes was there. He was head of
what was his role at the club?
Head of football development.
I can't lie. When I saw
what does that role entail? Sorry, Jesse, go on.
When I saw he's been here for 7 years, I knew this is just a promotion. He's not
because he's been struggling for exactly 7 years.
That's why I stopped reading. I said, this is just a new title, everything. They're trying to fool us that we're actually changing what is really and truly is the same.
I saw that, by the way. Harry Aragon's message. Apparently, Man United are considering to sign All Black to replace De Gea. Well, I want to hear what Ricky has to say about that because he's not a fan of Henderson. But I think I kind of like that, but at the same time I don't, if that makes sense. I think All Black's one of the best keepers in the world.
I don't. I don't.
Jesse, let me finish. I like All Black. I think he's one of the best keepers in the world, but I think I like Henderson. Let me just say that I think Henderson could be Man United's number one. So Jesse, you can go, and I want to hear what Ricky has to say.
I don't like that because if first things first, he's going to be a lot of money. So that means that money, we could use that money to spend on a position that is really needed. So, and plus, I don't think we need a goalkeeper. I don't think that's the issue. We've got Dean Henderson there, so I don't know why we're even trying to be linked with All Black and that because Henderson is our future number one goalkeeper. That's why he signed a 6-year contract because he's thinking, I'm going to sign this. They're here soon, going to leave, and so I don't want us to go for All Black. He's a good keeper though, but I don't want us to go for a position where we're going to spend a lot of money and not use it on another player that we need. So
Rick, if you can hear us, just going to give your thoughts on the All Black rumours to replace De Gea. Obviously, De Gea just had a newborn. It looks like he wants to go back to Spain. I think his wife works there, so it would make sense. His connection with Ibuki. So we're just gonna move on.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So just to wrap up that breaking news. I mean, final thoughts, Jax. Moving forward on this.
Jerry, it's just a matter of let's wait and see. I'm not too excited. I'm seeing it as a slight positive, but only time will tell.
And Jesse, your final thoughts on this new direction United's going in. Daryn Fletcher and Matt Judge and all of these men.
I'm just praying that is a good summer this summer because remember when you said we might not spend as big in the summer or something. When Ollie said that worries me a lot because we need players. We need players. Like we need at least 4 players. I'll say this summer. Obviously, I would. If it was up to me, I would like. As you said, we need like a lot of players in it. So, but for this summer, I'll take 4 players. So I'm hoping we can do something similar to last season. But we just one more player basically. So. As you said, we always do 3 signings, innit? So I want 4, innit?
Yo, Ricky there.
Give him a couple minutes. I think we're trying.
Yeah. The next topic though, Jesse, gonna come back to you again. Cavani. I know. Have you seen the the talk. Obviously, his dad saying he's not happy at United. He'll come back to South America. He wants to join Boca Juniors. And then the next day, Cavani put on Instagram, he's proud to wear the United shirt. Do you think we should actually offer him the extra year, or we look for a new striker in the summer and then just let him go? Like, what's your? Do you want to keep Cavani, or has the spell actually worked? His short spell at United, or like, how do you feel about his dad, talking and him saying, "Yeah, I want to stay," all of that stuff.
See, that is what I don't like. I don't like when it's his father, innit? So his father is the one saying this, but then Cavani posts on Insta, "I'm proud to wear this shirt," because we ain't seen Cavani say it himself. So would I extend his deal?
That's your guy, man.
Why don't you want to, man? That's
no. Because as you said, he's injury prone. No, well, he hasn't. He's been injured, and as you said, we need a full fit striker that we can rely on. So, and he's 30. He's only
34,
35.
Yeah, 35, yeah.
So, it's difficult. Because he's actually been helping us this season as well. Like when he was on that run, he was scoring goals. He hasn't really started that much games this season as it was Martial. So I wouldn't be too sad if we extend the deal, but I think we need a new striker, man. Let's go try to get Haaland or something.
Yeah. So, shout out to Haaland, obviously yesterday back once again. Rick, gonna try you again. You there? No, he's not. Jax, coming to you, man. Cavani, man. Like I said, a lot of talk with Rick. You back? I don't know what's going on. Let me continue with Jax. Man, Cavani. What do we do? Do we extend?
I'd give Cavani another year, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'd give him another year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give him another year because we need bodies, man. We need bodies. We need players. We're not really got that much depth in that position, so I'd give him another year.
He's going to be 35, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you can do a job. We still need to bring in, obviously, I think we need another 2 forwards. One right wing, obviously, on a striker. But just in case our board can't get anything across the line, this is a very good backup, man. Cavani is a very good backup plan. So,
what about for Igalo?
Just give him the extra,
Igalo?
Wait, is he still around? No, I'm just asking. I totally forgot.
I can't believe that's Igalo, fam.
It just popped out to me. But I think he was a good player. I think he done well for us.
Nah, bro, come on, man. Let's forget the sentiment. Igalo, fam.
No, but he done well. Jax is right, Joe. Jax is right.
He did all right. But you're saying it like we should have kept him with that.
No. I'm not saying that. But I feel like that reaction. I think is an unfair reaction. I think when he played, he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he was.
Like Jesse said, the lowering of expectations that. God, no, man.
No, but do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Jerry? Look, and this is the issue with football nowadays, right? The formation that every team plays is with one striker. And the issue that most teams are facing now is you have your main striker, who's your number one striker, and it's extremely difficult to get a second striker who's happy to sit on the bench and is still good enough to come on and do a job. And I think Igalo was actually probably the optimal kind of striker you need. No, but he was good enough to come on, but he was happy enough to sit on the bench.
I get what you're saying about the second sit on the bench, but I don't think we should be looking for a bench. Like if we're signing a striker,
I hear that.
It should be even if it's two. You both have to fight for before we have Van Persie, Hernandez, Rooney. It wasn't someone's gonna sit. Fam, you have to fight out. Like
to
look at City, they got a girl and
Jesus.
Like
I don't really know about Jesus, you know.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like we can have one and then the next one's Igalo. Like it's dead. Fam.
You say this, but I will make a very controversial. I'll make a controversial statement and say that I don't think Jesus is even better than Igalo, fam. I don't think he is.
Yeah, Jesus is right.
I don't think Jesus is better than Igalo.
He's a better footballer, but I don't think.
I don't think he is. That's the thing. Is he really? No, he's a baller. Don't get twisted. But I don't think Igalo's as bad as we're making it sound. But anyway, I see what you're saying, Jerry. If we are signing players, I don't want to sign players for squad depth now. I want to sign players who are likely to start.
Yeah. So like you said, with this new direction, is Cavani part of that new direction with these old 35-year-old and we're giving him 1 year deals? And it's time to move on.
It all comes down to opportunity cost in everything. Every decision that you make financially in life usually comes down to that word. Sorry, I'm using economic terms again, but it comes down to opportunity cost. You, as Ricky said, you would get Cavani coming in as an extra body is a pretty good shout, right? But you can get rid of him if you're going to bring someone in who's obviously better. If you're going to bring in like a Haaland, then obviously Cavani can go. And if you keep Martial can remain as a second striker. What performance last game?
Do you think we're getting Haaland?
No, I don't think so.
I keep seeing mad reports, I keep seeing mad reports that we're going to get him.
Bro, if we get him, I'll be very gassed because really and truly, Man United is a bigger club than
I forgot to say that even before with the Haaland deal and the Jude Bellingham, Sancho, like these men have messed up their deals. Like,
yeah. So you know what? I was going to say, yeah, the two players that so funny. I actually want the two players that are at Dortmund, which is Haaland and Sancho.
That would make a huge
difference because on the right, Sancho, like for example, yeah, if we sign Haaland this summer, let's say we sign Haaland, yeah, and we have a front three of Haaland, Rashford, and possibly Greenwood. I wouldn't like that, to be honest. Like really? I would prefer a Sancho, Cavani, Rashford than a Haaland, Greenwood, and Rashford, to be honest.
Wow.
Because first things first, Sancho is creative. So and you drive with the ball on the right hand side and put the crosses into Cavani because Cavani is still kind of like.
But Jesse, he's 35. He's injury prone. You have to factor these into your decision making.
As Jerry said, Haaland, he could come into this team. I won't say he'll necessarily flop, but would he be as good as he is?
He'll be as good as Cavani and better.
Yeah, he would, but that's the thing. I still feel like we need a winger though. I think
the right is more important, man. That right side is bleeding. Like,
I agree with Jesse with that, man. I agree.
Yeah. Oh, what are you saying? You're going striker?
No, right winger, man. I agree with what Jesse said.
No, are you saying striker though?
No, I'm saying.
No, Jesse said right winger.
I'm between Sancho or Haaland. I'll pick Sancho because.
I said that as well. Yeah.
But he ain't gonna get no. As you said, creativity. There's no creativity on the wings. Look at how Dortmund play. Creativity on both wings.
Yeah. I'm pretty disappointed in Greenwood this season. I thought I was actually saying something which sounds a bit mad now, but I was saying if Greenwood continued the form he was at the end of last year, then maybe there's still a need for Sancho, but there wouldn't be such a big issue on the right side, if that makes sense.
But see, even then, I always said them three up top, they're all strikers, and
I think Greenwood would have banged, if it wasn't for Babasaka, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. For us to have the three strikers, the fullbacks will have like Liverpool do. Their front three
the fullbacks have to be the wingers.
So on our fullbacks, I'm sorry, on that right side, on the Saka, as much as he's great defensively, it hinders the right hand side for how poor he is going forward. So
they need a creative. That's why.
It depends what direction we're going for.
Yeah, that's why even James looks all right when he plays on the right. Because he's more of a winger than Greenwood.
Yeah,
because James is a much better footballer.
He likes being out there, man.
Say that again, Ricky. I think his connection is gone. But I think he said James actually likes being on the right.
James likes being out there, innit, man? He likes actually.
Yeah. Whereas Greenwood wants to be closer to the goal.
Greenwood is a shooter, man. We said it before. Like there was the chance
they
could just cut it back, but he just always wants to step over. Even Rashford as well. As much as he's got the stats in that, at certain times he's not looking up. He's just looking tunnel vision, running into players, wants to get the shot off. So
there might be times where these chances come, Joe, and I'm like, if that was me, I would have looked for the pass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And the pass is like literally a guaranteed goal.
Yeah, that's what Sancho brings.
It hurts me. It hurts me because I really want those two players that, like, for the perfect position is actually perfect for Haaland and Sancho. Do you get? Sancho
is what we're missing. It's what we're missing exactly.
Right wing, and Haaland would be the perfect striker. So if you had flipped inside Sancho last summer,
this is what I'm saying. So this is why this new direction, hopefully, because we dulled with those deals. Like, how did we not get Haaland? That's Ollie's. That's Ollie's guy. Like, how did we flop that? How?
Unbelievable scenes.
It doesn't make sense. Sancho, like, why did it go to 100 and whatever prices they were quoting. Like, how did it get to that stage? Like,
it's peak.
It was poor. It was
I
poor.
can't lie. Signing Haaland this summer is peak. We are not going to spend that much on Haaland.
No,
That's the truth. That is
why not? Why not though?
Jerry, do you know if we couldn't?
No,
get
but you
Sancho
see United. You see United.
Jerry,
No, wait. Let me say it first. Because, like I said, they wanted Maguire the year before. It would have been at 40 million. The next year, what did they go and do? They're going to spend 80 million.
Jerry, this price we're talking about. Do you know what Hannah's doing right now? He's good.
So?
And first things first, that's 80. This is going to be probably
no.
Be like
Put it in context.
Million.
Put it in context. If we're willing to spend 80 on Maguire and Haaland is actually the real deal with this new direction, I think it's a gamble you have to take. Like even if it's 130.
What price?
Yeah, man saying 130.
It'll be like no, it won't. It'll be
I think that's a bargain. 130 is a bargain.
Fam, Haaland is destined for the top.
He's already at the top. That's the thing.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah, but as I said, this board will not do that, bro. Because
we don't know. This is the new direction.
Haaland will be our record signing.
So every signing, every top player we're going to buy in the future is always going to be a record signing because of inflation. Sorry, I'm bringing economics again. But there's always every player that we sign as a top player in the future is going to be a record signing. So that's you don't need to factor that into our thinking too much.
I would
definitely take
guys,
Haaland.
to be honest, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, to be honest, like, they're very young, so they're worth the money, man.
That's exactly investment.
Listen,
you could get 10 to 15 years, bro.
Exactly, bro.
It's called a discounted present value analysis, but I don't want to get there.
And if anything, Jax, yeah, if they want to leave, they'll go for big bucks.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
It's called it's maths. If you don't want me to teach you about discounting, I can show you that in the future. But yes, 150 million is fine.
I'm excited for this summer. Not excited, but I'm eager to see like if I see change, like how we like even the right wing doesn't have to be such. It can be Leon Bailey, it could be Rafinha from Leeds. Like
I want someone good on the right.
Someone good, exactly.
Yeah.
So United way said Haaland will stay for 3 years max. Rayola's the only sticking point with that deal because that age. And Pogba, will he sign a new deal? Obviously, Bruno. I don't know if you've not seen the Bruno contract rumors saying he won't sign unless he sees the like Rooney did in 2013 or whatever to see like the transfer, the future, like how we move. And obviously they announced this today.
I would do the same thing.
But Rick, I have to apologize. I think the last time. It's true that Bruno's on little piece, fam. I don't even know.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He's on 100k, bro. 100k.
Not 100k, bro. I'm trying to tell you, fam.
100k.
I didn't disagree with Rick because
I didn't do 250.
No, I thought it was like 150, 180. He's on 100.
Fam, Bruno came to kick ball, bro.
Nah,
see, that's what we need. Those are the kind of players we need.
He doesn't really care
when
about.
When I look at Bruno, I see a Ronaldo and a Rooney. Like the mentality and the quality. Obviously, he's not at that level yet. But that's the kind of players we need, fam.
And they offered him 200k. They offered him 200k and he was like, say that again?
Bruno knows the peas will come, man. Bruno knows the peas will come.
Yeah, man. He'll definitely get minimum 200.
Now look at this comment. Man said Bruno's on the same as
you're going to make me vomit.
That is sick.
Phil Jones is on more than Bruno. Phil
Jones are like 120 or something.
Unbelievable.
More than Bruno, fam.
You know what? Yeah, what I rate about Bruno is that everything he said in that interview is fair. It's true. It's a dream signing for him. Just came from Sporting. He was probably like on 65k on that on Sporting. He doesn't really care about the money. He cares about the. As Rick said, he knows he'll get that money. Like probably next.
It was a no-brainer. Your guy from
it's more about. That's what I'm saying. If it was Pogba now, he'll probably think, well, I'm doing all this, I'm getting 100k.
Yeah, but Pogba come from Juve. It's different.
I'm saying in contract,
general, I still feel like Pogba will do that, though. Not even, it doesn't matter what team he played for, in my opinion. Pogba will probably be like, what? It's a personality thing. Bruno doesn't really care for that.
Yeah, it's a combination of stuff. First and foremost, you've got to factor in the fact that Pogba's coming from Juventus. You also have to factor in the fact that Pogba is a brand, so he brings money to the club. So paying him 100k, you're taking the absolute mick. So Bruno, on the other hand, he probably was on 60 or whatever. That's almost a 100% increase. Obviously, less than that. So 100, and he knows the money will come. You play for Man United, and you come on. You must have looked at the midfield and thought, I'm going to be the best midfielder there, or close to it. Even if I replicate what Pogba's doing, I'm going to be on 250k very, very soon. So it was a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer.
Yeah. Obviously the 200k. That's what is offered. I wasn't worried because, like you said, he just came last year. He's on a long-term contract. I don't know if they wanted to extend it or just up his P's. But yeah, 200k. Yeah,
up
it
his
will
P's and
come,
give him captaincy, man. Don't piss me off, man.
United Racer, what do you think of Declan Rice? I see Moyes' comment saying he's way more than 100 mil. That's when it gets a bit ridiculous.
You gotta say that. You gotta say that, innit?
He's a good player. I'll take him. But
not for
guys,
100 mil.
Going back to the title of this video, we actually do have a game tomorrow.
Jeez.
Like I said, we got a podcast called the Sleeping Giants Podcast. Make sure you check that out every Monday. But like I said, this is the perfect definition of what you call Sleeping Giants. Manchester United, AC Milan. This was a big game in the Champions League. I remember when Kaka came to Old Trafford and killed us. Beckham on his return. Rooney scoring 2 at the San Siro. I mean, this was like, from school, Champions League night, running home. This is the biggest
Tuesday,
game.
you don't even get jollof rice.
Trust me, fam. The whole day is planned out. And now it's just such a shame that we're both in the Europa League. Like I said, we're both second in our respective leagues to our local rivals. But yeah, man, this is a big game. Like I said, I've always said, Oli, this for me, yes, top 4 is essential, but a trophy is needed, man. And I think, obviously, coming back off the victory in the Manchester derby, the team will have confidence, man. But watching the press again, the injuries, we've got a lot of injuries, fam. Like Van der Beek's out, Cavani's out, Pogba's out, Rashford's missing this game now. I mean, like, Jax, how you feeling going in towards this game? And they got bare players missing as well. Like, Zlatan's not going to be there. I can't remember who else, but they got a lot of good players out. So it's going to be an interesting game. Like, how do you feel about the game tomorrow?
Maybe I think perhaps we still have a better squad depth than AC Milan, so that might work in our favor, right? And Rashford is a huge miss. I think Man United, the way we play, we are very dependent on Rashford and Bruno. So not having Rashford is techie. It's not great. I think potentially with that we might try a new formation maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to see, man. It's going to be difficult, but we've still got a place to win the game. Are we home or away first?
Yeah, home first leg. Now we need to put this tie to bed, I think, in this leg, and then obviously our away record should speak for itself in the return. But for me, keep the defense solid, no away goals.
Yeah, don't concede.
Yeah.
I think as long as I want to see Greenwood turn up again, man. I hope
he should get his chance. He should get his chance tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope he can find the form he found at the end of last season. Because once he finds form, the goals literally just start coming. So I'll be looking at him. I'll be paying attention to how he plays in that game. But also, I was very, very impressed with Martial. Very impressed.
I was about to. That was my next point. Like, how do you think the game on Sunday helped with his confidence? Obviously, didn't get a goal, but
yeah, Martial's personality. He's not like a Wazza or a Bruno or Ronaldo. He's more of it's almost like a kid that actually all of them are like kids, but I don't know. He plays off good feelings. Like when he's in a good mood, he plays really well. And when he's in a bad mood or he's probably having problems at home, he plays really terribly. So I think that could really, really push him to play well next game. Play him up front.
Yeah, so obviously I want to come to the guys after, but you might as well just give me your lineup. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but obviously you might want to make changes, so go for it.
Nah, I'm not making any changes. Front three. I'll start from the top, but back keeper Henderson.
Yeah, the hair ain't back, so
it's Henderson. Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw. Is Luke Shaw not injured?
You'll start Luke Shaw. A lot of games.
This is a key game,
No, but he kind of took a bit of a knock in the last game.
That's what I'm asking. I don't know.
So would you risk him? Like if he's fit, would you play him?
This is an important game, bro.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking.
This is an important game, man.
I'm at home.
Yeah, man. He needs to play, man. And I always prefer the Bailly and Maguire partnership. Even though I actually like Lindelof a bit more than Maguire sometimes. But by the way, I'm going to be off topic, but we've been on Maguire for quite a while, but I want to give credit.
Listen, the group chat was popping up yesterday. Obviously,
I was busy. Yeah,
you was occupied.
I started it, then I'm cut.
It was mad. It was mad. I think we should have a separate show with that because Jesse has his views. Obviously, Rich, the rest of the lads, like it was funny.
Really,
man,
I didn't. I saw like 200 something messages when I.
Yeah, if you got time, read it, but it was jokes. Because Rich, he said some outrageous stuff in it. Jesse, man said, "I Rich, if you're watching, I have to air it out." But man said Maguire's faster than Sergio Ramos, fam.
No, he's joking. He's joking.
No. He's
joking.
He said, "Where's the evidence?"
He's joking. There's no way Rich said that with a serious face.
No, he was serious, man.
Maguire is the slowest figure I've seen since better.
No, but fam, he bought a bear, sent it back. He said, "Are these man fast?" Fam, you've got a whole argument. So if you guys want to see that show, let us know, man. I think it would be good to discuss. I see Maguire's stats against the top six. He's actually done well.
Maguire
clearances, interceptions, all of that.
He's solid. He just, again, he looks bad because he's got an obvious weakness that we all notice. So it's very noticeable. Let me put it that way. But yeah, Maguire and Bay start for me. With Wan-Bissaka on the right, and then we're back to our standard Fred and Scott.
But no Matic to you can put him in or
I can. No, I actually Matic comes in and I'll take off. I was gonna say take off Scott McTominay. I don't like Matic and Fred. There's something not right about that for some reason. No, I don't like Matic and Scott.
Yeah,
there's something a bit off about that. So it has to be Matic and Fred, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the front three of Greenwood, James, and Martial.
Yeah. Obviously Bruno in the 10.
Bruno's in the 10. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of.
Jesse, gotta come to you, man. AC Milan. It's a shame Zlatan. I'm not ashamed. Sorry, it's a positive that he's not playing. But like I said, big game, Europa League has to win it for me. I know when I said it, you was like, has to win. I said he has to redeem himself after, going out of the Champions League. So for me, finals minimum, like you have to get there. So how do you feel about this game? And then give me your starting lineup.
It's actually the same lineup as Jack, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Bailly, Shaw, then Matic.
Well, no one will give Tellers a run, no?
No, I was thinking.
No, I think
because obviously, Dalot's making his return. It could be a.
That could be a very good thing for us,
So, that is, it will be like not audition, but to see.
It will feel like a new signing.
Yeah, I'll be eager to see how he performs. Obviously, we don't have to have a good game, but it'll be nice to see.
Is he allowed to play against?
Yeah, he's allowed to play. Yeah,
I don't need to play.
I want to see. Has he improved? Obviously, it's against us, but I don't know, man.
That's snaky, fam. That's a pagan thing, fam. I won't let you. You can't play for my club and play against me. I know it happens, and I remember Coleman done it against it. Bayern.
Bayern in that, yeah.
Yeah,
he actually scored and knocked them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Coutinho, bro. Coutinho. Bayern for Barcelona, fam.
Yeah. All of that is mad to me, fam. I don't know why that's allowed. That is crazy.
Even James Rodriguez, he done.
And then when you come back to my club, like, yo, what's going on, guys?
No.
Touch my hand, fam.
But at the same time, yeah.
No same time, bro. You can't do that. I'm not.
Well, what would you do? You're telling me you won't play against your team. Like, imagine
of course
you
you
win the trophy at the end of the day. Like, Coutinho won the trophy. Like,
obviously, yeah. Obviously,
I'll be like, yeah, guys, I have to do it.
Yeah, I heard. I'm just saying. I just think it's strange that that's allowed. But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
Jesse, your team. You said it was
Jesse's team. You're talking about Tellers and Luke Shaw.
Yeah, Tellers and Luke Shaw.
And I was saying, basically, Luke Shaw's form is too good to drop him right now. As you said, we need to win. So,
it's pretty much the same team. I was thinking of putting Martial on the left, because if Dalot is playing right back, I'm not really comfortable with like one-on-one situations, innit? Like Martial, he's more the dribbling type, get past players, get a shot off. Whereas James, he drives with the ball, but he doesn't really get past players. Then you cross the ball and then he's not looking up and then go straight to the goalkeeper or anything. So I was thinking of that as well. So
if only James can dribble, he would be
that's
so
what I'm saying.
dangerous.
To be honest, recently he's actually done alright. So
do you know what thing he started doing?
Alright, though.
Yeah, do you know one thing he started doing that I really enjoy and I really like it? What he does, he literally gets the ball and he drives. It's not literally just kick and run. He drives and he doesn't just drive out wide. He drives into inside, and I love that. I proper love that because it creates space for other players and it starts getting the difference. Thinking, raw, this is problematic.
Yeah, so just your front three, who's playing where? Like up front, left, right?
I know this game won't really use the middle like that. I just know. I'll start Marshall on the left, Green up top, and James on the right. I think we use Marshall more on the left this time, innit? So Marshall should be our Rashford in this type of game. Like, be the one we could rely on, like on the left.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout, to be honest.
I'm surprised. I know you say. Obviously, Rick, I want to come to you because for me, my midfield, obviously, I'm going with the same team as you lot, but I actually will start Scott and Matic. I know I normally don't like to see them two play together, but I think, Fred, I'm still not forgiving you after that rubbish I saw on Sunday. I'm sorry, I can't.
Not just Sunday,
but Sunday was it was the final straw. Like I was thinking, this guy, he's mocking it. So for me, it's Matic or Scott. But Rick, if you could hear us, give me your feelings towards the game and then your starting lineup and that.
I think it's an important game for us, man. As you said, man, sleeping giants. So, like, just the fact that we have AC Milan and we beat them, it just makes us look good. So, in terms of the team, of course, Dean Henderson's in goal. Wan-Bissaka right back. Is Bailly fit?
Yeah.
So he'll come in. So it'll be Bailly, Maguire. Left back should be sure. Normally I bring in Tellers, but it's a big game, man. We need our best players. Midfield, man, I would play Scott and McTominay, but I would play like McTominay and Matic, but Matic needs legs round him, man. So I'm gonna play Matic and Fred.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's true.
Bruno has to play, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Bruno is gonna be playing number 10. My front three, just for balance, man, I play Greenwood on the right. Greenwood skip right.
Yeah.
So Greenwood on the right, three in the middle, Martial and James would have to play on the left.
That's the same team as man, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, man. Because
don't you think we might be missing a trick by playing Mata this game?
I don't think he's fit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Mata, man.
He's been injured. I don't know what.
He's been injured. But that guy's a quality player, fam. I forget that he's a baller.
That's what I said. The injuries have hit us like at the wrong time. I don't even know when Pogba's back. Obviously, we've got West Ham on Sunday, then we've got the return leg. So it's been it's a big month. Obviously, we started it well last week with the derby. Let's hope we can follow it up with a good, convincing win tomorrow, and then take it obviously to the next leg. But guys, we're gonna wrap.
I was gonna say I can't lie, guys. Like, the fact that Pogba's been gone, I think it could be worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I can't lie. I think it could be worse.
See, why say that?
No, I'm just saying, bro. What do you mean? When you see other teams and their injuries and stuff like that, and then our injuries,
you've done all right.
It could be worse.
I should say this for time. Like we could. It's not that bad. Like losing Pogba would have been like, oh my god, like we're gonna fall off like Liverpool.
I think it's only down to the fact that for a long while, Oli didn't really trust Pogba like that. So
yeah, you weren't really.
He found a way to play without him.
Is that if Bruno gets injured, then we're like,
if Bruno gets injured, we're finished. Definitely, we're done. Bruno, even Rashi can't be up for too long because we're done.
Yeah, I'm scared. They haven't given us the analysis of the injury, but I hope it's just 1-2 games because boy,
this is what I mean to you. This is what I mean when I tell you, man, that we have like the top 3 best squads in the league, bro, because that front three, Martial, James, Greenwood is decent.
Yeah,
we even had the space. We even learned Jesse Lingard as well. He's even on loan, bro. That's not decent, man.
Do you know? I actually like. Do you know what? I said it to these guys. These guys were laughing. I actually like Jesse Lingard. I think as
Rick
part
said
of
it
a
as
front
well.
three.
He
Yeah,
likes
as
him
part
as
of a
well.
front three, he's dangerous. He's good, fam. Like he's when Ole first came and we won like 9 games. In a row,
Jesse,
there was
remember I said
Lingard
it.
on the right.
Jesse was laughing. He said, "You fit that front three." Listen,
Nah,
Jesse
but
Lingard's doing.
Lingard brings
Actually,
something that people don't know. Like honestly, people don't watch football and really understand it just because it's Lingard, and I've agreed that if you want to move forward, then you don't want Lingard to be your main starting guy on the right or whatever. But really and truly, the guy brings something, man. When he plays, there's a difference. He's got the
He can
energy.
play all 4 positions as well, bro. He can play like all 4 positions.
Exactly.
Bro. Like,
He's such a gem to have. He's basically a Pudgy's son.
Yeah, let's hope he comes back. Or some people don't want him back. Some people want him back. Obviously, we need more.
if
players.
him, I'll go, man. He wants to start, innit? He's starting from.
Yeah, listen. He's got to look after his career in it, and then for me, if he wants to go West Ham permanent, just give us Declan Rice, and we're all good. But guys, listen, we're gonna wrap up there. It's been an eventful one. Obviously, breaking news with the new technical director Daryn Fletcher, and what's the guy's name? I forgot his name. What's his name? What's his name? John Murtough. Is it Matt? No, not Matt Judge. John Murtough. Yeah, he's the new football director for Man United. Let's hope this is the start of something great. We've asked for this for many years, and this is actually the first official football director the club's ever had. So it's new beginnings, man. Let's hope this is the start to get back to the top. Just gonna wrap it up with the score predictions from the lads. Gonna start with you, Jax. Let's keep it brief. What's the score tomorrow?
2-0.
Yeah, clean sheet, 2 goals. I'll take that. Jesse, what are you saying?
3-0.
With the injuries, we have 3-0, yeah?
We scored 2 against Man City.
Yeah, that's with Rashford and, Anyway, you know what? 3-0. Take it. Rick, what are you saying, man? Score for tomorrow.
2-0.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that. No one's saying we're going to concede because normally we all say 2-1 or 3-1. But yeah, man, the defense, we got to give them credit. They've been keeping a lot of clean sheets recently. So for me, I'm going 2-0 as well. I think, we'll just, if we start well, like we did the last game, that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't want it to be like a one-off that we just, City, and we went up for it. And, that's what I'm scared that, obviously, they did against Chelsea, City, but then the other games, they don't. So tomorrow, I'm going to be looking for that. So yeah, man, I'm going 2-0. Guys, thank you for watching, man. It's been a good one. Like I said, we're going to be back tomorrow. Guys, the match is at 5:55. If you don't know, it's not the 8 o'clock kickoff, it's the early kickoff. So we'll be live around 8 o'clock. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.